All right, that's why these polls can be all over the map, but one stood out, a Fox News poll today that has Doug Jones leading Republican Roy Moore by 10 points to pollster Frank Luntz. Frank, always good to have you. These polls, I don't think I've ever seen such disparity in polls, sometimes coming out the very same day. What's going on?
I've told people don't pay attention to them because you really don't know what's going to happen. At a 20, let's say that you're right, that there's a 20% turnout. Who turns out determines who wins. I don't see the same kind of excitement in the African-American community, which will be somewhere between 95 and 97% for Doug Jones. I do see tremendous excitement with conservatives trying to state a message in favor of Moore and against the Democrats and the elitists in Washington, D.C. That said, I can't call it, and I've never been afraid to call an election up to this point because I don't know the makeup of that actual electorate tomorrow.
It's about jazzing your base, I guess. Hence, you get reports that Charles Barkley, the basketball great, will be there on Jones' behalf tonight. We know the president has been robocalling on behalf of Roy Moore. Do these sort of outside players, big and as important as they are, all the way up to the President of the United States, and Barkley, of course, in the case of Jones, do they move the needle? Can they bring out the vote?
I don't believe that Barkley will, although he's very well respected in the state for his commentary and for his athletic prowess. I think that, and I had a chance to talk to more voters down there, and you can see it on YouTube if you type in my name. In listening to what the voters had to say, their priority was sending someone who would not undermine the Trump agenda. Alabama is one of Donald Trump's strongest states. And the objective also was to send someone who they believed was a true conservative who is prepared to fight for conservative values. There's a tremendous amount of aggression. Neil, it's outright passion, and there's anger against both sides. And I got to wonder how long it's going to take for the state to heal itself after this election, because it really is torn itself apart.
The big issue for Democrats is that they quietly hope that Moore wins, because that would always be an albatross around the neck of Republicans. What do you make of that?
Nobody, I mean, nobody ever hopes to lose an election no matter what they say. That's just political posturing. The Democrats want to send a message across the bow, and let's face it, if you elect a Democratic senator in Alabama, that's going to scare the heck out of people in Washington, D.C. Conversely, if you elect Judge Moore, you're going to have weeks and even months of controversy right here in Washington. Does he get seated? What kind of investigations happen? And it's one of the reasons why voters are paying more attention to this election than any off-year special election that I can remember in modern times. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's emotional about it. Nobody wants to hear from the other side. And so that division that I speak of in Alabama, it's taking place all across America.
Yeah, a microcosm of what we've seen already. Thank you very much, my friend. Frank Luntz, pollster extraordinaire, Luntz Global. Type in his name, you see a lot of schmutty pants stuff.